From the dirt fields of Venezuela to the bright lights of LA, this is the humble but powerful lifestyle of Miguel Rojas. Hit the intro.
3-2 pitch. Rojas down the left field line. This ball's got some carry. It is gone! And Game 7 is tied! The most unlikely source has changed Game 7.
Now, before we get into his personal life, let's quickly start things off with his background. Miguel alias Rojas Navarro was born in Los Teques, Venezuela, a quiet city tucked into the mountains just southwest of Caracas. His childhood was far from glamorous. Raised by his mother and grandmother, Miguel grew up in a humble home with his younger sister, where hard work came before everything else. Baseball wasn't just a game, it was a way out. He learned to swing with broomsticks and hit with bottle caps, playing barefoot on dirt lots with his grandfather teaching him the rules. Even as a kid, Rojas carried himself like a pro, calm, focused, and determined. Coaches said he was never the loudest or the strongest, but always the most reliable. At just 17 years old, Rojas signed with the Cincinnati Reds as an international free agent, earning a signing bonus that barely covered a new glove and pair of cleats. It wasn't much, but for a kid from Los Teques, it meant everything. And the grind began immediately.
A 3-run home run for Miguel Rojas.
Rojas spent nearly a decade bouncing around the minor leagues. From Sarasota to Dayton to Louisville. Long bus rides, cramped hotels, and countless hours in the cage trying to perfect his swing. He wasn't the top prospect or the flashy hitter, but his defense, elite. And after years of patience and persistence, his break finally came. So let's talk about the clips that turned him into a viral sensation. In 2014, Miguel Rojas made his MLB debut with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Rojas with his first big league base hit.
And his first big moment couldn't have been scripted any better.
Rojas, in throwing the ball into the stand, thought there was 3 outs. He is highly embarrassed.
On June 18, 2014, Rojas made the game-saving defensive play that kept Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter intact. One of the most iconic games in Dodgers history. In a single night, the kid from Venezuela went from unknown to unforgettable. But just a few months later, he was traded to the Miami Marlins, where his real story began. In 2017, Rojas suffered a broken thumb that kept him out for more than 2 months. Most players would have faded quietly, but not Miguel. When he returned in September, he led all National League shortstops in batting average and OPS, proving that no setback could stop him. Then came 2018, his breakout year.
He scores and the Marlins pick up the victory in 17.
Rojas hit 11 home runs and set personal best in nearly every offensive category. The ultimate payoff after years of grinding in silence.
Welcome back, Miggy Rojas.
By 2024, everything came full circle, and Rojas joined the Dodgers once again.
It was Miguel Rojas helping Mookie Betts learn a foreign position.
That season, he received the Roy Campanella Award, voted by the Dodgers to the player who best exemplifies spirit and leadership. He also captured his first World Series ring, helping the Dodgers defeat the New York Yankees in 5 games. But his biggest moment was still to come. Game 7 of the 2025 World Series. Dodgers down by 1 in the 9th inning. 1 out. Rojas steps to the plate and launches a game-tying home run to left field. And then he one-upped himself. In the bottom of the 9th, with the bases loaded and 1 out, he makes a diving stop at second base, firing home to save the season.
Who ties it in the top of the 9th, saves it in the bottom of the 9th.
The Dodgers went on to win it all in 11 innings, and Rojas became an instant legend. Just weeks later, he announced he would retire after the 2026 season, closing the book on a career defined by leadership, loyalty, and heart. But what we really want to know is, how does he spend his cash? For starters, his garage is stacked. Rojas drives a Lamborghini Huracan Evo, finished in metallic graphite with black rims. But then, something crazy happened. In 2023, his Lamborghini was broken into in downtown LA. And thieves made off with his credit card, iPhone, and $1,400 in cash. Rojas later picked up a Mercedes-Benz G550, a luxury SUV that matches his clean, understated style. In 2025, Rojas leveled up his garage again, picking up a brand new Mercedes Maybach S580, a $200,000 statement of quiet luxury. But if there's one thing Miguel Rojas actually splurges on, it's shoes. He owns over 200 pairs of Nikes, from Jordan 1s to rare Kobe Protros. Rojas has an entire room in his house dedicated just to sneakers. Floor-to-ceiling shelves packed with color-coordinated rows of Nikes. Altogether, his sneaker collection alone is worth about $100,000. But his love for shoes doesn't stop there.
I'm taking all the rookies to get a pair of Jordans.
Rojas once took every Dodgers rookie out shoe shopping and told him to grab whatever they wanted. By the end of the trip, he dropped nearly $8,000 at Nike. But his love for accessories doesn't stop at shoes. Rojas picked up a Van Cleef & Arpels vintage Alhambra necklace, the same four-leaf clover piece that runs $5,000 and shines every time he takes the field. He completed the look with a $2,000 Louis Vuitton Avenue sling bag, but sometimes he'll switch it up to his Dior oblique saddlebag. And now for a little peek into his personal life. He's married to Eliana Rojas, his longtime partner from Venezuela and the quiet backbone behind his entire career. Eliana has been with him since his early minor league days, moving city to city, raising their two kids while Miguel chased his baseball dream. He's also recently become close with K-pop Misamo, even getting a chance to hang out with him in Tokyo. But his best friend on the field? It's Kike Hernandez. They remain close even during the offseason. He's also become close with Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and when they all became teammates, Rojas got him a welcome gift. Rojas stated, "I know what it's like to come from a different country, join a new team, so I wanted to do something to make him feel welcome." Now for some moments that caused some waves in his career. Not everything in Rojas' career has been smooth. In 2020, during his partnership with Stadium Custom Kicks, Rojas launched Miggy's Locker, a custom cleat line that showed off his creativity and love for sneakers. That same season, things got heated with teammate Jazz Chisholm Jr. Reports claimed Rojas cut up Jazz's custom shoes and poured milk inside them, sparking a locker room argument that made headlines and had fans questioning his leadership. Chisholm later called it rookie hazing gone too far, while Rojas brushed it off as a misunderstanding. But the story spread fast, turning into one of the strangest Clubhouse controversies of the year. Now, at this point, you gotta want to know about his career earnings, right? Across more than a decade in the majors, Miguel Rojas has earned $46 million in career salary. Factor in endorsements and his Miggy's Locker brand, and his total estimated net worth sits at $14 million. Thanks for watching.